Hi, my name is Medieval Tom, and for some of you, it's been a while since you've seen me, and for that I apologize. There's been a lot going on in my life, including that I sprained my ankle, and you'd think that I have more time to make videos, but I didn't. I didn't. But without further ado, let me go ahead and get into why you're really here. So today, I'm going to be reacting to TwoSentenceHorror, because I can't get away from Reddit. I always end up back here. Don't know why. So, I decided that I wanted to do TwoSentenceHorror because I thought that it would be fun and even potentially funny because I've seen some pretty funny ones. So, regarding low effort posts, I'm what happens when you find out. I feel like cult leader. I don't know what I'm walking into here. Let's go ahead and scroll down and see if we can find any good ones. As the download finished, everyone awoke in their chairs, their consciousness now downloaded into the machine. But as they looked around, they were still in the real world, the world they helped kill, and their copies danced happily in the digital heaven they created. I feel like this is very prominent today with AI. I mean, it's 12 hours ago. But I feel as though this is something that would be really fun to like draw. I just imagine you sitting there and in the background it's the digital heaven that you created and it's you walking away defeated into what looks like hell on earth. But in the background it's copies of you in a digital like computer. I don't know, do you see my vision? I'm sure someone already drew this. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. No matter how many times I called 911, the response was the same. I love these kinds of ones because they're so funny. I'm not laughing, but that's because I've seen this before. And it's one of my favorites because I love the idea of calling 911. You're in a really, really rough patch and the 911 operator goes,
"Ma'am, this is a Wendy's."
And then she turns to her superior and she's like, I got him, bro. I haven't recorded in a while. I should not curse. Sorry. Anyway, breakthroughs in neuroscience have led to a revolution in our prison system. With the simple, reversible procedure, all inmates are now treated with temporarily locked-in syndrome to ensure a safe and happy workplace environment. So I'm studying psychology, for those of you who don't know, and I was gonna originally pursue neuroscience, but then I decided that was really difficult. And I give up a lot. Don't do that. I feel as though this is something that is a concern because with breakthroughs in neuroscience and the ability to actually control our brains, there's a lot of fears that will come with that. There's a lot of frightening things to think about when you think about breakthroughs in neuroscience and how we're actually figuring out how our brains work. But also, why don't we know how our brains work anyway? Because they're literally inside. Like, that's crazy. I love psychology. That's it. He didn't know how the little fish got in there, but he did his best to stop it from swimming further upstream. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to disconnect his patient's catheter in time. Hey, you're tilted. What are you doing? There we go. What is this? What is happening? I don't know. That's another one where it's like funny to imagine. Now that it's yours, you are free to do what you want with whomever you want. He says he finalized the ownership transfer contract. But remember, as the former supreme leader of Earthkind, I am exempt from the harvesting, he continued. This is technically not two sentences because there's no period. But I feel like artists should come in here and if they want drawing ideas or ideas for their art, they should come in here because there's so many good ones. I might even do it and then show you guys because some of these are really good. I was attacked by a large owl last night. I managed to injure it, but the next morning I saw an old lady in the marketplace with the exact same wound the owl had. Also, writers, you should come in here because that would make such a good short horror story. I feel like it's really hard to be original nowadays because everyone copies everyone. I mean, I'm literally just reacting to someone's content, making my own content. It's kind of a cop-out move, you don't have to tell me. Anyway, I feel as though there are so many creative ideas in here. And if you just ask the person who posted it if you can use it for like a short horror story, I feel like there's so many good and unique ideas in here. Like, that could be so much fun. I look down at my wife's bloodied face and weep for what feels like the millionth time. As her face returns to normal and the hammer returns to my hand, I know they'll only let me out of this cycle if I confess. Is it like a Groundhog's Day kind of thing? I can't even imagine. Have you guys seen Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray? I'm sure all of you have. I'm sure it's your favorite movie. But I feel like there's so many like dark underlying tones to the Bill Murray version that you just don't talk about. Like I'm pretty sure he ends up trying to himself because he's just so tired of what he's going through. And I feel like Groundhog's Day is actually one of the scarier kind of things to think about. Like living your life over and over and over again, you don't think much of it. You don't think much about it the first couple days, but then I feel like the millionth time, yeah, I can see why that would be terrible. I almost lost you. Don't ever scare me like that again, please, my husband said, hugging me as I cried. Next time, I'll make sure I've also closed all the windows, he added, squeezing me closer. Did I ask your opinion? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, I feel as though so many of these are like up to the reader to decide what they think it is, and I feel like this one is kind of just like she tried to jump out a window? I don't know. I know I'm supposed to be like analyzing these, but sometimes it's really hard. These are very straightforward and they're just like a literal horror story by themselves and you don't need to add anything. For decades, the witch's protective charm had kept all the bugs and pests out of her lonely woodland cottage. Now, the cottage was hidden under a thick buzzing hemisphere of blowflies, maddened by the sweet, sweet smell from under the dome. Is she dead? Is that the bit? Because that's good. That's a real good way of saying it without saying it, let me tell you. I feel like that's so creative. Such a beautiful sunrise coming up through the trees that I took in silently from my spot just off the hiking trail. It's been almost 3 days, and it's evident that nobody is going to notice the spot where I slipped in the rain. See, that's another thing. I've watched so many horror movies. I'm a horror movie fan, and that's so scary to me. I love hiking, I love being outside, but it's so scary to know that if you go hiking and you just slip off the trail, or you go off the trail and you get lost, it's unlikely that you're going to be found. And that is one of the scariest things to me, because my friends and I, we were going hiking and we walked off the trail. Not on my decision. I've watched horror movies. I know what was supposed to happen. And we walked off and we got lost. We got lost and it was kind of scary. But then luckily after a really steep hill, we got back on trail and we decided to just go home. Don't go off the trail. You need advice from Medieval Tom? Medieval Tom? Don't go off trails. Just stay on that track. In your life too. Don't go, actually do go off the rails. I play all sides, so I'm always on top. Mommy always gives me her medicine when my stomach isn't feeling well, but I don't want to wake her up, so I'll get it myself. I wonder why she keeps the medicine underneath the sink. This reminds me of a story with my little brother. There was one time, I think I was like 9 or 10, and my little brother was in the other room, and to be fair, I was supposed to be watching him, but he got underneath our kitchen sink, and you know the like wood polishing He drank that. Not very much, but he did. And he poured it all over his front, and he drank it because it smelled like oranges. And I'm pretty sure he enjoyed it too. So, if that tells you anything about my family, I think that story sums it all up. Because why are you drinking wood polish at 4? A bird just hit my window. Oh my god. He's okay. He flew away. That was scarier than any of these. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to put something on my window so birds don't slam into it. My heart's beating so fast. Oh, after this video, I'm gonna put something on my window so birds don't slam into it. Jesus. Oh my god. These poor birds. I swear. Oh. Okay. Oh, man. I don't even know if I'm able to go back into what I was doing. Woo! Man. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do a couple more. We're gonna do a couple more, and then I have to start getting ready for physical therapy. So, every little girl had a witch phase as a child and loved making potions, using whatever they could find and mix together. True. Unlike them, however, I had a little brother as a test subject, and the candies my dad took every night before going to sleep as added ingredients. I did not feed my little brother random mixtures of soap and medicine, but I could have. Disclaimer, don't do that. If you have a little brother or sister as a test subject, they're not a test subject. No matter how badly you want them to be, they're not a test subject. It is not funny. Don't do it. Why do I have so many disclaimers in my videos? I feel like this is not a normal thing. Moving on. Don't use your little siblings as test subjects. Talking to you. Gone were the days of wiping away bug splatter from the windshields on road trips, bringing relief to drivers everywhere. But unbeknownst to us, the vanishing bugs foreshadowed a chilling truth. The destruction of our food web and the associated global food supply as we knew it. I feel like we could just get rid of bugs. So what if spiders die off? Spiders are the only ones that eat bugs. Who cares if spiders die? Number 1 spider hater. That's not true. Number 30 spider hater. There's a lot of sounds going. That's my cat falling off her cat tree. She's also okay. Anyway, I feel like we could get rid of all these bugs. Who would know? Who would care? You? Don't lie in the comments. You don't care about bugs, unless you're a bug enthusiast. Are you, I haven't played at Animal Crossing in so long. Are you Flynn? No, that's not his name. Flick. Are you Flick, the bug collector? If so, I bet you're an adorable little lizard. He's a lizard, isn't he? Do you think he eats them? I'm not a game theory channel. I'm not gonna game theorize about what Flick does with the bugs you give him. He probably eats them. Who knows? Anyway, I do have to start getting ready for my physical therapy. But it's so good to be back, and I am so glad to be making videos again. My goal is to film at least one video a week, and then get them out at least once a week, but we'll see how that goes, because my life's been a little hectic. But anyway, I'm so glad to be back. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed some of my little theories, but otherwise, I will go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Leave any suggestions in the comments below. Thank you. Bye!